Introducing Tony and Other People, a podcast. Here's your host, Tony Levesque.
Brittany Davis. Is that what you want to be called, or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because on Facebook, it's always weird when people get married because they're known to everyone for so long.
Yes.
As the maiden name, and I see yours is hyphenated. Is that
in
real life or just
not real life? Just
Facebook.
Facebook.
Okay.
My last name Burris. Very well known family in Lewis County, and
That's
northern. Everyone just knows the Burrises. I have a lot of uncles, and they're very well known, and probably not for all the right reasons, but
well, we all have those.
and yeah, so I was like, I need to keep Burris somewhere, because Davis, it's a common last name.
Right.
But, yeah, people just probably would have no idea who's emailing them or
right. And the people that you've been friends with forever on Facebook that aren't really close friends that knew you were getting married, it would be kind of weird. I've had that before where people that I'm just acquaintances on Facebook, and then the name changes, and I'm like, I don't know anybody by that name.
Yeah.
And then I realized, they got married.
Right.
Yeah.
I know. It's kind of silly, but whatever.
So you're going to keep it the way it is for a little while and then evolve into cutting the middle part out? Or
yeah. I mean, with my work, on work, I changed my business cards and my email. It's my new last name, but, you know.
I never realized what a hassle that was until, my wife and I got married, and she had to change so much stuff. And I realized it's much easier being a guy.
Oh my gosh, yeah. There's still things that I probably should have changed, like my car title, but I don't know.
We won't tell anyone.
We won't tell anyone.
DMV doesn't need to know.
No, they don't need to know that.
They don't listen to this anyway.
Yes.
So I'm not sure exactly what you do. I know that you work somewhere in the public realm, but I don't even know what. I feel bad for
I'm the marketing and communication specialist with Lewis County Economic Development. So
that's quite a title.
I know. It's a mouthful. And technically it's like I'm not even employed by Lewis County Economic Development. I'm employed by the Lewis County Industrial Development Agency. So that's better.
Yeah.
Or the Lewis County IDA for short.
Right.
So I work under Eric Verkler.
Right.
He is my director. And Cheyenne Steria is in our office as well. And Tim Peterson, he's a part-time guy. But we are the central office for fostering business growth here in Lewis County. So a lot of what I do is, if you've seen the Naturally Lewis brand on Facebook or wherever you may have seen it. Instagram. Yep. I manage all of those social media platforms and our website, and really am just trying to focus on promoting our Lewis County businesses because they haven't really been promoted in the past, and we need to support them and promote them and do whatever we can to keep them here, keep them thriving here.
Yeah.
And more importantly, educate the community on what is here.
Right.
I think people really take for granted what we have in Lewis County.
I agree.
And myself included. But I think my role mainly is to just educate the community and Lewis County residents on what we have here. Just to make them more aware. Awareness is key to everything.
Now, is that mostly social media that you use to do that?
Yes, mostly social media. We host events. We host business leaders breakfasts that have been very successful over the past year and a half. I mean, we're averaging 70 people showing up to breakfasts, and we're educating on the cool things that are happening in the county that people would otherwise not know anything about.
Right.
And we try to mix it up, and I have a running email list, but social media is so powerful nowadays.
It is.
I don't do too much. We do a couple magazine articles here and there. Like these national publications will reach out to us wanting to do a spotlight on different economic development organizations throughout the country, and their focus might be New York State. So they see us and they see the website and they're like, hey, you guys look like you're doing things and you have a cool thing going on, so we want to highlight you.
Well, that's great. So, on a national level. Then.
Yeah. So, we're actually going to be in a publication that's Canadian-based here in a month, which is really cool. Yeah. It's just, Lewis County hasn't ever really been in the spotlight for too many things, I think, in the past, but we're really trying to, like I said, just promote everything great that we have here. Mm-hmm. And not just business, but, why you should live here, right. Why you should raise a family here, why you should buy local, why you should support the dairy industry, why... and
it really shouldn't need promotion. I mean, look outside.
It shouldn't.
This area is gorgeous and plenty of opportunities for people.
Yeah. And I think that's where we kind of take it for granted. Mm-hmm. We see it every day.
Right.
And by promoting it a little bit more, people might take that second look at that field or
a second opinion on, whether to leave or stay.
Exactly.
Which I'm no expert. I don't know any of the figures, stats, or anything, but it seems like within the past year or two, this place is really thriving. It's doing well.
Yeah, there's a lot of really cool businesses and initiatives and community groups popping up that I think are really great. And to be quite honest, I've heard from multiple different people from different counties, Oneida County, Jefferson County. They don't know each other, these people, but I've heard multiple times throughout the past year, they look at Lewis County and they say, wow, there are cool things going on in Lewis County. Like, there isn't anything like this where I live. Mm-hmm. And people just from the outside looking in, they see progress. They see thriving communities. And it's a breath of fresh air to hear that. Mm-hmm. Because for so long, it's just, I feel like people here haven't been saying that.
Right.
And they take it for granted. So I think, hearing it from the outside in is awesome, but also promoting it to our locals. And then they start to kind of take that second look and say, this place isn't all that bad.
Right.
And I actually left.
Oh, yeah.
I went to Colorado.
We all do, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
My now husband and I, we were at that point where we're like, we need to get out. Mm-hmm. We just tired of Lewis County, you know, we need to get out. So we went to Colorado. We were out there for about 6 months, and John is my husband. He had his dream job with a hunting outfitter. So he was doing guided elk hunts.
Oh, wow.
Which was his absolute dream. I mean, he was
awesome.
Hiking the Rocky Mountains in southwest Colorado every day. He loves hunting. He's an outdoors guy, so it was awesome. And I worked in Durango, which is the nearest city. I worked for a printing and design company, which was awesome. I got to be immersed in the community there. Mm-hmm. And it's really funny because I look at Colorado and, everyone's like, oh, Colorado, like big mountains, so much to do, so much culture. When I was out there, I would literally tell people back home, Colorado is just Lewis County and the Adirondacks on steroids.
Right.
That's it. Mm-hmm. We have the same types of rivers. We have the same outdoor recreation, hunting, rafting, hiking. It's just out there, it's a little bit bigger.
Right.
So
it takes a little more time to get in between places.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. It's a little bit more, spread out. But yeah, so I went out there and I saw that, they have like all these really cool, tourism initiatives and just things to do. And it really opened up my eyes. And then, we came back here and it's like, we could be like them. Mm-hmm. Why can't we do this type of thing here?
Right.
So, this was a year before I started with the economic development, which, that's when I truly was able to become immersed in our community here. And it's really all in who you know. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's how I kind of fell into that position. Was I've known Eric for a very long time. He's been like my mentor, kind of every time I had a career hiccup, I'd be like, Eric, what do I do? And then eventually he was like, hey, I have a job. I think you'd be really good at it. And that's how it happened.
He's a great guy.
Yeah.
Smart.
Yes. Smart and always networking, always making connections. And
I blame Barkeeter for all that. I think I talk about Barkeeter in almost every podcast, but that was just a hub of great minds getting together.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
And who doesn't love beer?
I know. Need more beer. More beer. Always more beer.
Well, there's a few in the fridge.
Yeah, Barkeeter is definitely, there's a lot of cool conversations that came out of there, and cool things happening. I'm a part of the Lewis County Emerging Professionals group too, and we actually hosted a lot of our events there because it's the hangout spot.
Yeah.
And it has
and
the
Dean's
beer.
Great with accepting stuff like that in there because he wants it to happen too.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Yeah. So.
Sad that it's closed now, but he's got things in the future.
Yep.
But it always seems like, the coffee shop used to be that way, to where everyone would come in there, and that was the Barkeeter, and then Barkeeter happened.
Yep.
And before that, there were, various other places too. But I kind of wonder what's going to pop up now that will be the new spot for great minds to think.
Yeah. I don't know.
So you need to decide that because
I know
with the economic developing,
we need to figure that out, right?
Someone listening to this is gonna start that up.
Like, all right, Brittany, when are you guys gonna, figure this out? Well, we have it figured out. We just need someone to do it.
Right.
The IDA we can't open a brewery as much as we would love to.
Oh, that would be great.
We do own the brew facility on Trinity Ave, that Skewed moved into.
Right.
But unfortunately, we can't, run it ourselves. So
taste.
As much as Eric would like that, we keep telling Skewed to, he needs to come up with the IDA IPA.
Oh, there you go.
So that'll be like our signature beer.
Yep.
Yeah. So still waiting on that, Ryan, if you're listening.
There's my next guest.
Yeah. Yes.
Yep.
Bring him on here.
Yeah. For some reason, it seems like all my guests, well, not all of them, but most of them are connected. Like, half of the people that have already been on the podcast. And I think that's just because those are important people in the community and they all know each other.
Yeah. I actually was thinking the same thing, kind of in different contexts too, and I was actually trying to think of who else, could be on this podcast. And
it's
I'm
my dilemma every week.
but there's so many cool people out there doing really cool things that, oh yeah, this person's doing this and they would be really great to be on here. And yeah, everyone, when you're in the business world, I guess, I don't know if it's just the business world or if you're just business and community combined.
Right.
You just, and then you're in a small place, so everyone starts to know everyone after a while.
Well, that's what's great about the community here is that there's so many gatherings that happen that everyone goes to, like the farmers market on Saturday.
Yeah.
I see it's like going to Walmart, which is great, because it's thriving, and it's nice to run into people in the community that and meet new people that you don't know.
Oh my gosh, yeah, I love it. I've gone up and just introduced myself to like new producers. Hey, I've never seen you before. You're a local business. Let's talk. I want to help promote you. I did that with Julian Mangano, who's the owner of Delaterra Farm.
Okay. Yep.
Him and his girlfriend moved up here from New York City, decided to start farming.
Yeah.
And I had seen them on Instagram, and I'm like, oh my gosh, this farm that's at all these local farmers markets, they are really artistic, really creative. I love their Instagram. Who are these people? And they were at the Laval Market, and I just introduced myself and kind of learned their story, and we've been chatting ever since. They've been a guest speaker at one of our business breakfasts, and always bouncing ideas off each other. And hey, Julian, this is going on. You guys should come. And It's just cool.
That's what I love about this area too. You don't see competition. You know, even though there is competition, obviously everyone's trying to get their dollar.
Right.
You know, but nobody acts that way in this area. All the businesses work off of each other.
Yeah.
And that's why it's thriving.
Yeah. And I really see that, especially with the local foods producers too. Like I think of
farms are coming back. It's about time.
Yeah. Yeah. A lot of the cool value added agriculture is coming back, which we're definitely pushing for. But I think of the 3 goat dairies that are creating products. So Cedar Hedge Farm, they're on the Olmsted Road. Hidden Pastures Dairy, they have the gelato. And Autumn Ridge, they do goat cheeses up in Turin. And it's funny. It's not funny, but it's great to see them working together to promote each other.
Right.
I mean, they have the same type of farm, they're creating the same type of products, but they all have their own farm stands and they're selling each other's products.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Lewis County needs, because we're so small, because we're so spread out, give people different places and options to go buy these local foods. Rather than just a farmer's market on a Saturday, have that year-round place to be able to buy and be exposed to these local foods.
Well, growing up, it was always about, when you get a craving for sweet corn, you go find a stand somewhere.
Yeah.
And you buy it direct from the farmer.
Yep.
And I love that. I miss that about growing up, or eggs. You can go and get eggs or any vegetables.
Yeah.
And, the farmers seem to be adapting, which farming is one of the oldest professions ever, and it really hasn't changed a whole lot. I mean, the machinery has, but the way things are done really haven't changed much. But now you see a lot of farmers adapting to the climate, what is selling. Soybeans are coming out.
Yep.
The goat's milk.
Right.
A lot of different things.
Yeah, and I think Blake Place with Hidden Pastures with the goat gelato, I'll never forget what she had said. They were trying to think of what type of product they wanted to get into, and she had stated that there was no room for them with a cow dairy. It's just the market's already...
market, yeah.
Yeah.
I feel sorry for those farmers, because most of them are very generational. They've been doing it 3-4 generations.
Yes.
And they don't know anything else, so it's tough.
It is tough. I've been involved with the Naturally Dairy campaign as well. I don't know if you've probably seen that on social media.
Yeah.
Yep. That was a combined effort between Economic Development, Cornell Cooperative Extension, Lewis County Dairy Princess, to just, like I said before, just create more awareness to our community that the base of our economy is dairy agriculture. And we can't lose sight of that.
Right.
There's all these really awesome value-added things popping up, which is great, but we still can't forget that dairy ag is the base of our economy.
Right.
And it's our heritage. It's our legacy. Yeah. It's who we are as Lewis County.
I love driving by a farm and seeing, 1825 on the side of it, and knowing that they've struggled for a long, long time, but are still here. It
was really cool. For the month of July, we highlighted generational stories of some farms in the county, and it is amazing. I mean, 5th, 6th generation, many of these farms that we highlighted were 100-year farms, and it's amazing that they've been in the families for that long, and families just take such pride in what they're doing, and they work so hard, and
just barely make ends meet.
Barely making ends meet,
but they're still out there doing it.
They're still doing it, and that's what makes us such a unique, great place. I tell anyone that's not from here, we have the hardest working people in Lewis County. My dad was a lifelong dairy farmer, my whole family, and even though I'm not dairy farming, they instilled that hard work in me. You work hard for what you want in life, and you don't give up, like these farmers.
And what you're doing in your life is helping helping farmers, which is great.
Well,
trying to.
There's not too much we can do to fix the, milk price issue that's going on right now.
Well, I definitely think there needs to be some more legislation on that to help out the farmers.
Yeah.
It's such a taboo topic, and I really don't know why, but especially now with Cuomo and his comments, which I don't care. Political stuff does not matter to me. I don't.
Yep.
But one thing I think he did that was great, that was kind of nobody really heard about, was did a study for marijuana, and to hopefully pass that in January.
Yep.
And whether you smoke it or not, or think that people should or not, the focus on it for me is all these farms.
Yeah.
The amount of farms that are just sitting there, the amount of tillable land that is there,
right.
The amount of money that could be made, the amount of families that could be saved.
Yeah.
That's the way I look at it. If that were to happen and, bring that crop in here, even if it were just hemp,
right.
That's a huge moneymaker. That could really do numbers for our local economy.
Yeah, I agree with that. And it's no different than, the farmer down the road that wants to get into a value-added product to diversify. Right. Because
they need a little higher fences,
Yeah. But yeah, it's all about, it's tough. I mean, it's tough because I know dairy farmers that they're not thinking about what value-added product can I get into. It's how can I become more efficient to make more milk, spending less money. But then there's some farmers who are like, how can I diversify and create that different product or grow something different? And there needs to be a mix of both. And it's been really fun to help promote our dairy industry, because even though I grew up within the dairy industry and around it, I'm still learning a lot, and I'm just really proud to be a part of this community. And just like I said, those generational stories, it's just absolutely amazing to me that just family after family, it's like, well, I mean, my future is the farm, and I'm happy with that, and that's what I want.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it
is great.
Great.
It's family. That's 100% what it is, and that's the only thing keeping a dying business growing.
Yeah. Yep.
So, but we need that.
We do.
And they put everything they have into their business, and not a lot of businesses do that. And any branch of businesses, if you don't put your heart and soul into it, it's just not going to happen.
Exactly.
So looking at the farmers, that's what people should aspire to.
Yeah, you can learn a lot from a dairy farmer.
That's true.
They're smart. They wear many
hard.
hats. They wear many hats. They're a welder. They're a mechanic, machinist. They milk cows. They feed the calves. They are meteorologists.
Yeah.
I mean, they're just jack of all trades.
And they got to pay attention to everything, and there are no days off.
Exactly.
With a farmer, you can't go away on vacation.
Right.
I had a family reunion a couple weeks ago, and my mom's last name is Burgoyes, which in Boonville means farmer,
Yeah.
And my mom grew up on a farm that I believe was her grandfather's originally, but my grandfather ran the farm for forever, and the farm is still going. It's still in the family. And, the hard work they talk about, and my mom is one of 8 kids, and I think her dad was one of 10 maybe. So
big families.
They're making their own help.
Yep. Yeah, that's how it was. I mean, my dad was one of 7, and almost all of them went into farming, either taking over my grandparents' farm or bought their own farm. I actually just came from, my aunt, who was a Burris, they bought her husband's family's farm, which is on the Old State Road in Denmark.
Okay.
The McCooch family.
Okay.
They retired, and my cousin ended up buying the dairy farm, but now my aunt and uncle, they own the apple orchard.
Okay.
I don't know if you've been there, Denmark Gardens apple orchard.
I know where it is, but yeah.
across from Carloden Golf Course. So actually just came from there. She has this really cute little apple shack that she sells her apples out of. And every Monday during golf season, because all the uncles, have golf league up at Carloden, we'll hang out and eat food and have a few cocktails and just be together as a family.
Right.
And I think that's a really cool story too. That's, I think Annie, they would have been a fifth generation on that farm. And, my Aunt Patsy and Uncle Max, they retired, but are still highly involved in the ag industry by creating the county's first ever apple orchard, which is awesome.
Yeah.
It's a cool story. And again, just going back to the diversifying, how can I do something different in Lewis County, but still have an impact on the ag economy?
Right. And participate.
Yeah. Yep.
I'm still waiting for the, like the old McDonald farm up in Sackett's Harbor and Spook Hill Farms.
Yep.
I'm waiting for one of those in Lewis County because it would be perfect here. Hay rides and corn maze. And
it would. And yeah, that whole agritourism concept. And
every kid in the world loves animals.
Yes.
Some of them grow out of it.
Yeah.
But
I think, I don't know. I feel like Lewis County still, there's a lot of potential for agritourism here, obviously. And I don't think we've really hopped on that bandwagon too much yet. But yeah, like you said.
Yeah.
Someone's going to do it and it's going to be awesome.
Oh, yeah. I give it 2 years before it happens. Yeah.
Who's it going to be?
Yeah. I love driving around in the fall and seeing the pumpkins everywhere and the gourds all over the place.
Oh my
gosh. And again, they're in little stands, and this is a testament to the area and how wonderful the people are. A lot of the time there's just a box and it says, $10.
Oh my gosh,
you put $10 in there and take a pumpkin.
Yeah.
And how often do you hear somebody taking the box or not, they're just taking the pumpkins and not paying? This is a trusting, loving area, and we are really lucky to live here and lucky that the rest of the world doesn't know about this place.
I know. And that's a toss-up of we want to promote ourselves, but we don't want to promote ourselves too much.
We want the tourists to come but then go away.
But then leave. Yes. Absolutely. Jared Tiss, obviously. He's
been on the podcast.
Yes. Yeah. When I first started working for economic development, he told me, he's like, what would be a great advertisement or great commercial for Lewis County is you show your vehicle with the windows down and the keys in it and neighbors on either side of you, and they're not going to go steal your car, and leaving your doors unlocked for a week while you're on vacation and your neighbors bringing in the mail.
Right.
Because it is such a safe place to live, knock on wood.
Yeah. I wouldn't, thinking that through and promoting that might not be a great idea.
I mean,
Jared is right full of great ideas, though.
Yeah,
I worked with him for quite a while with the arts community of Lewis County.
Yeah.
And it dwindled down. I'm not sure if it's even still going anymore, but when I had a kid, it was just a little too much for me to take on. But they really did some great things, and what he's still continuing to do with the movie theater and the movies, real alternative.
Yes, that's at the drive-in.
Yes.
Yep. Jared has been a part of a lot of really great initiatives, and I feel like he has gotten to the point where he's like, all right, I need to take a step back on some of these things and let you guys do it. You guys are coming in. So he's also a part of our Lewis County Emerging Professionals group, and he's kind of like, he's like our mentor, he's there to support, and he'll come to our events and just encourage us along the way, Which
is really weird for him being so young, too, because he's only, 40? And less than 40?
Yep.
Maybe. I'm not sure. Am I being flattering, Jared, or no?
Jeez. Let's see.
I would say under 40.
Yeah. Late 30s?
He'd be happy with that.
Yeah.
But to do what he's already done to this community and to continue doing that and set an example already is amazing.
Yeah. And it's really cool because he was that engineer, worked for BCNA, and he decided, I'm going to take that pay cut and go work for the family business, and
which he knows and loves.
And he loves it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And now he probably has a little more time. He's not traveling as far, and gets to hang out with his family and friends all day and ride wheelers. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that.
I just went for a wheeler ride with him, and I hired, Eric Adset.
A little bit. Yeah.
So he is an amazing photographer and videographer, Lowell native, going to school for film and photography, and we use him to for all of our photography on our website, and I use it on social media. So we'll schedule I call our Lewis County Adventure Day, and I'll just pick 4 to 5 different spots, businesses, places around the county, and I'll just have him photograph life in Lewis County.
Right.
And he's incredible. But we went to Lowell Sport and Farm, and Jared took us on a ride all around the fields, and he got some really awesome shots. So I'm like, I get paid to ride around in a wheeler for an hour.
I was at the Woodsman's yesterday, and Jared come over and brought a side-by-side as we were packing up so that we could load everything up on there and help take it out to the car. So
he's so great.
I was upset I didn't get to drive, but
yeah, well, I have to yell at him for that one.
Last year I did.
I know the whole family. I actually lived with his brother Dylan for 2 years while we were in college, and it was a fun 2 years. Oh, Dylan.
Yeah. My family's been giving the Tiss family money forever because my dad is obsessed with Hondas. So there's always been at least 2 or 3 in the garage.
Jared keeps trying to get us to give him money so we could get a Honda. Yeah. And eventually it'll happen.
Well, that car I got out by the road for sale is going to be a new Honda.
Oh, there you go.
Not a new one, but one that can plow my driveway. Anyway.
Yep. Yeah. Perfect for that.
Yeah.
You have a small driveway. That's all you need.
Yeah.
Little plow on the
I've got the snowblower, but this is the East Road, and I don't know if you know about the East Road.
Yes.
But the wind is insane.
Oh, yeah.
And it doesn't ever blow the same way. Well, you think it will.
Yep.
It doesn't.
I grew up just up the road, and it's funny, I have,
on the East Road or
the Dallas Road.
Okay. Yeah.
So definitely take this road a lot.
Yeah.
Because if it's bad on the East Road, it's worse on number 3 road, and then even worse on 12.
Yeah.
So it's like, all right, we'll take the East Road home. But I actually live in Denmark, down closer to Copenhagen.
Okay.
So I'll take
you
this
get
road
even more wind that way.
Yeah, it's just...
Denmark's insane.
Speaking of wind, have you seen the wind towers going up in Denmark?
No, I haven't.
The new project?
I haven't been up that way.
Oh my goodness, you need to take a drive.
Huh.
It's crazy. There's 40 new towers going up with the Copenhagen wind project all throughout Denmark.
I think I was still working at the cafe when they were talking about doing that. And
yep. I mean,
awesome.
These projects are years and years of planning, but yeah, they're constructing the wind farm, and it's weird. I mean, they're so incredible to see. They're so big, but that's like my family's my family farm. We used to call it Burris County, because it's just all Burris's. But now, it's not so much Burris County anymore. We got some of the Eves family living up there in the old farmhouse. But now it's there's just going to be huge wind towers everywhere around Burris County, and it's crazy.
I remember working in the cafe, and people would come through 177 that were traveling through the area and just amazed at how they are, because you see pictures of wind towers and they're pretty and whatnot, but until you drive by one and really look up, it's a feat that they exist, and then when you see how many of them there are and being maintained and the people climbing those things, holy cow.
Yep. In college, whenever I'd have friends come up that are from like downstate, Long Island, Westchester County. One of my best friends is from Westchester, one from Connecticut. got to go to the windmills. Anyone who hasn't been up here, got to go to the windmills and stand underneath the windmill.
Yep.
It's just one of those like Lewis County things you have to do before you leave.
And all the back roads up on Tug Hill, like to the reservoir and everything.
Yep.
It's really amazing because then you can hear them as you drive past, which you don't think about until you drive past them.
Right. Yeah. I feel like, that's Lewis County's famous for those. Everyone's like, oh, Lewis County, where the windmills are. So, but apparently these new ones.
It's better than where the cows outnumber the people.
Yeah. Well.
That's how it was when I was a kid. Probably
it still is.
Yeah. I think I asked Joe that statistic, and that's true.
Yep, it's still true, which is pretty crazy too.
Yeah.
But these new windmills, when you see the blade laying on the floor or on the ground, they have like these feather things off the tip, and apparently it's supposed to drown out the noise.
Really?
So these ones are not going to be as loud as.
And not that those are really loud.
No, and they're not loud.
When you do drive past them, oh wow!
Yeah.
You get the magnitude of them just by that subtle swoop every time.
Yep. Plays with your eyes.
Yeah.
It's like they're so big.
And the shadows. The shadows are weird too.
Yep.
You're driving down the road and it just keeps zipping past you.
Yeah.
And you don't realize how fast the tips of those are going, traveling.
Yeah.
We'll have to get Brian Byer on here to tell us all about it. I don't know that fact right off the top of my head, but yeah, it's pretty crazy. They're going up on the other side of Copenhagen and this side of Copenhagen, so it'll definitely be a different site. We're
next
advancing
time
as a human race.
Yes.
It's about time.
Yes. It's great. Some people may not like them, but I think they're cool.
I don't get what the fuss is about. People not liking them,
I don't know.
they're ugly or whatever.
I think they just take some time to get used to. I mean, if the wind towers if they all went away up on Tug Hill, we'd be like, this looks weird.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't right.
Well, imagine when they first put the power poles in when they first existed. Oh, those are ugly. I don't want those there. Oh, wait, I could flip a switch and the light comes on? Never mind.
Yeah. We'll keep the poles.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. It's just another one of those, something that's happening in Lewis County. That's cool.
Doesn't it seem like we're living in the future? I mean, we obviously are, but to imagine all these things happening when we were kids to, the reality of living it now, it's just insane.
Yeah. Yeah, it's really cool to see. It's cool to experience. I should sit down with my grandpa and be like, all right.
Everyone should.
Well, yeah. What do you think about this now? And talk about back then. And I've done that a time or two, but I should probably do that again.
Well, it's funny. My wife's grandfather, their last name is Ortlib, which is a very localized name.
Yep.
And we go to their family reunion every year, and last year we went, and he mentioned something about the Ortlib song. I'm like, what? You guys have your own song? And he sat there and he sang the whole thing, and it had I don't know how many verses. And it was basically about, if you think you can drink more than me, I'm sure that's not what it was, but either way, I recorded it on my phone secretly.
Oh my!
So I have a video of and years from now when those people are gone, that's all we're gonna have left.
Yeah.
And I think about that more and more the older I get, that we need to get this information and these stories from the people that are still here, because nobody lasts forever.
Yeah.
You got to pass it on.
That I totally agree with you. My grandmother on my mother's side, she's lived by herself in Watson since my mom was in 4th grade, and she moved all the kids up here. But she has 200 acres out in Watson. Was just a big horse lady. I call her Mountain Woman. My husband will say, don't mess with Mary. She will kick your butt. At 75 years old, she will still kick your butt. She's still chainsawing trees and riding her 4-wheeler, walking around barefoot. But she has this recipe book. My family is, they were big into restaurants. I don't know if you know the Rochester area very well.
A little bit.
Bill Gray's, Have you ever heard of that? No. So Bill Gray's it's like a burger chain, restaurant chain in Rochester, Buffalo area. And Bill Gray's my great-grandfather. Oh. And so anyone I meet from Rochester, I'm like, oh, you eat at Bill Gray's? And they're like, yes, love it. I'm like, well, that's my great-grandpa. And they can't believe it. But she has this recipe book of just all these notes of, it's just a mess. You know, and sometimes you can't like really read her writing, and then other times she just whips stuff together because she just knows what to put in it to make it taste good. And I'm like, someday I just need to like scan all of these and maybe type them up and put it into a nice. There's the kitty.
Yep.
Hi, kitty.
He couldn't stand it.
You want to talk about recipes with us? But yeah, put it in a nice, book so that we have it.
Yeah. It needs to be done, stuff like that.
Yeah.
All right. I lost my train of thought, so I'm going to go put the cat out.
Okay.
Come on, Jasper. You know.
They should eat gelato.
All right, now I'm back. Yeah. Go out in the other room and they're eating ice cream. What'd you say?
They should eat gelato.
Right. Now, is that lactose free?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes. If you're lactose intolerant, you can eat it.
I am. I'm gonna
really?
have to try that. I've never had it.
Oh my gosh.
My wife swears by it. And she used to work up at the hospital. Well, still does in a different department, and that was her thing, is gelato.
Yeah. And they have 3 flavors now: vanilla, maple walnut, and chocolate. Are you a big chocolate fan?
Yeah.
They're chocolate.
I'm a human being.
Yeah. But some people don't like the rich.
They're wrong.
I know.
Yeah.
Their chocolate gelato is to die for. It's so good. You should try some.
I'm gonna have to.
I should tell Blake to come on. Maybe she can be on your podcast.
There you go.
She would be great.
Yeah.
She's awesome.
I'm always looking for people, so I do have a list of people. It's hard, as you know, with the scheduling.
I know.
Because this is the second time I've tried to get you on here, and it worked this time. But you're not the only one that's happened to, so don't feel bad.
Okay.
But it is weird. My job has changed. I used to do them in the morning, which for some reason was a lot easier for people. But now I have to do them at night, and try to get them done early in the week so I can get them edited and put up because I can't stand. I have to work with a deadline, or I don't get anything done.
Right.
So if I don't get them done by, usually they're up Wednesday. When I say they're always available every Thursday, a lot of times they're up Wednesday. So if you're craving an episode, which nobody ever does, look Wednesday night.
Okay.
Yeah, they're up there.
Yeah, that first week I was like super stressing out about Food Truck Fridays.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So.
Which I missed out on. Mike and Aaron played.
Yes, and you weren't there.
I wasn't going to be able to get there till later, and I knew I would have to walk through and haul a bass amp through.
Yep.
And I said, no, you guys take that one.
Yep. Well, they were wonderful, and everybody loved them, and both events have been just awesome turnouts. I kind of guesstimated based on the number of tickets that food trucks were telling me that they had for the first night at least, and definitely well over 1,000 people coming to the events. And the last one is next Friday, the 31st.
Really?
Yep.
Okay.
The last one of the summer.
I'll have to make it to that one then.
Yep. We're having Rob Hershey.
Okay.
It's going to be singing at that one. So, and 11 food trucks.
Wow.
Yeah, they're reaching out to me now, which is
that's awesome.
Exactly what I want. They're coming out of the woodwork. I'm like, what? There's this awesome food truck out of Theresa I had no idea about.
Yeah.
So it's great.
It gives people a taste of the fair. And when I was a kid, it was always the field days, and now they've killed a lot of the field days off. But the food trucks were what it was all about, because it was. I hate to put it this way because it's going to sound bad, but that greasy food that you don't normally treat yourself with.
Right.
Yes. But you're like, we're at the fair.
Yep. And it's.
I'm not counting carbs today.
Nope. Nope. And that's what people tell me. They're like, well, my diet's off today. I knew it was Food Truck Fridays. I'm gonna have all the greasy food that I want.
Yeah.
And ice cream and cheesecake on a stick and tacos and whatever.
Yeah, the weirder the better.
There. Yeah, the weirder the better.
Deep fry something.
We need, if anyone's out there listening, we need a grilled cheese food truck. Like different types of grilled cheeses.
I went to Amagang Brewery. I have a hard time with that word. This summer to see Old Crow Medicine Show. And they had a food truck there that was grilled cheese.
Yeah.
But they were goat cheese with beer jelly.
Oh my.
Which to me sounded awful. So my wife got one. And she was all about it, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, let me try a taste of that. And then I got one. And then we went into the crowd, and I came back out and got another one.
Oh, my goodness.
And with the group that we were in, we definitely gave them some money because it was perfect because we were drinking all day.
Oh, yeah.
And the bread soaks it all up.
Yep.
It was perfect. So I don't know who they are, but I'm sure if you got a hold of Amagang, you could figure out and get them up there.
That would be awesome.
Or there's the idea.
Somebody
can make that happen. There is goat cheese. I don't know where you get beer jelly, but
someone can probably make it.
Dean could figure it out.
Yeah. And we need like a mac and cheese food truck too.
Oh yeah.
I tried to convince Sean Stanford to. I'm like, you don't need to do anything else. Just mac and cheese with different toppings. Or different types of mac and cheese.
But he's known for so much of his stuff. You can't have Sean Stanford not the pulled pork.
But he had...
That's just wrong.
Where did I have... I know, right? But I was like, you would make a killing. Oh, no. I went to a business after hours, and he was serving loaded mashed potatoes in a cup. So he had like those plastic margarita glasses, and he would put his mashed potatoes in it. And then he had all these toppings. You could just load it up. And I'm like, man. Sean, if you just served these at Food Truck Fridays, you would make a killing. That's all you need to do. It's just loaded mashed potato.
Well, people are going to see that truck and be so disappointed.
I know.
That's the thing. He's pigeonholed now.
I know. He says he's so busy with weddings during the summer. And I'm like, well, maybe next summer.
Yeah. It's like I was telling my wife about my podcast. I said, I like doing this. It's for the community and everything, but I always have that itch, and I first had this idea with Doug Ho, and I wanted to have our podcast and for it to be very R-rated and just almost to the point where I would need an alias, but my voice is all over Lewis County, Oneida County, Jefferson County, so it's impossible for me to be anonymous with my voice now.
Yeah, that's true.
And she goes, if you do that, you cannot go back. That's the thing.
Yeah.
It's like people that write songs, you write one filthy song. That's what you better be doing because nobody will take anything else seriously. You're known for. So maybe a retirement project. I don't know.
So same with, gotta have the jerk pork.
Yeah. The minute he shows up without it, he's losing fans.
Yeah.
Probably not because all of his food is great, but...
But can you find jerk pork anywhere else? Like,
not in a food truck, I don't think.
But like,
not around here.
No.
No.
Like, I didn't find jerk pork in Colorado.
No. Must be a local thing.
It must be.
Yeah. There are some weird things around here that are local that you don't know until you leave.
Salt potatoes.
Salt potatoes, yeah. Yeah.
I just asked someone.
Salt potatoes in a styrofoam bowl.
Yeah.
Aren't they always in a styrofoam bowl?
They always are.
They're never on a plate or it's
all the
styrofoam bowl.
All the melted butter.
Yep.
I asked someone from Connecticut over the weekend, do you know what salt potatoes are? Just because I knew she was from Connecticut. And salt potatoes? What? Nope, no idea.
It's just wrong.
Yeah.
That's summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That is summer.
Corn on the cob, salt potatoes.
Jerk pork.
Every barbecue you go to has just a huge variety of macaroni salad. Because that's what every woman over 45 brings to a picnic.
So
macaroni
true.
salad. And it's their specific way. It's their macaroni salad.
Yeah.
And to me, they all taste the same.
Yeah. Do you like yours with tuna or without?
I'm not a fan of macaroni salad, so I usually get it to be polite. So I'll eat it, whatever it is.
You're a good man.
Yeah. My specialty is deviled eggs. And I have a secret ingredient. My mom is very picky with her food, and she does not like spicy at all. And I didn't tell her for quite a few times of making these, and she loves my deviled eggs. Every family event, make some deviled eggs. It's hot sauce.
Oh.
Yeah.
Secret ingredient.
Secret ingredient. And once I tell you that, you're like, okay, I taste a little bit of that there, but they're not spicy. But just the flavor of the peppers. That cat is persistent.
Kitty cat.
Back.
Just wants to hang. Hang with the crew.
Well, we've got these French doors, and it just reminds me of the Pink Floyd The Wall, where they're bursting through the doors whenever the cat comes through here.
They're so curious.
That one's just... He loves everybody.
My cat does too.
He knows that I don't like him. It doesn't matter.
Aww.
It doesn't matter. He just always tries to get snuggles. No.
Just wants love.
Just not an animal person. They taste good. Not cats, I don't know. Maybe. I wouldn't be opposed to trying it.
You never know.
You're right.
You never know,
right.
Really.
We got a bunch of crickets out in the garage when I go and hang out there, and I don't think I would be opposed to trying cricket. I wouldn't, make them myself, but you see they do them. I don't know, they look crispy. I throw some salt on them or something, but I don't think they would be that bad. I don't know why.
They cook them and put I don't know.
They probably deep fry them.
Deep
That's
fry
another
them
food truck idea.
Crickets. All right, people. We need a cricket food truck.
You know what people like is the challenge. So if you had a food truck that was all challenge things, like the spiciest hot wings, or like crickets or scorpion or something, people will pay a fortune just to try it and spit it out, and the food truck would make a ton of money. I
would love to, in future summers, implement things like that. So June is bacon night. So every food truck has to come up with something that utilizes bacon in a creative way. July could be July could be local food month. Like everyone has to use a local product in one of their dishes.
Got quiet because we're petting the cat.
Cat's back.
And he's the hairiest cat there is. And he's huge. The other cat, the smaller cat, is his mother. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Jasper.
Get out of here.
Or you can come snuggle with me. It's okay.
You're going to be covered in hair.
That's okay. I love cats and animals. It's okay. Black cat. Have bad luck.
The cat cast.
The cat cast.
Yeah. There's been many episodes he's broken in here. He just thinks it's fun.
Yeah, he wants to be involved.
He knows that it annoys me. He's like, check this out.
I'm gonna win the love of the guest.
So, getting married. How long did you know your husband?
7 years.
Oh,
we
wow.
were together.
Okay.
And we had met through mutual friends.
Mm-hmm.
He was a Copenhagen guy. I was a Lava girl. Which at the time, it was really strange. There were, and there still are, a ton of Copenhagen guys who are with Lava girls.
Mm-hmm.
I think at one time we counted 15 in our age group.
See, and I went to South Louis, and it was South Louis and Beaver River.
Really?
Like those two.
Wow. I didn't know that.
Which is where my wife is from.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, we met through mutual friends and worked together for 7 years, and during that time, I was kind of all over the place and living in different places and whatnot, but
Told you, he's not going to leave you alone.
Oh, it's okay. You can lay down. Lay down. So, yeah. We got married last May at Great Pines in Old Forge.
Right. Okay.
I had worked there for a year.
Now, Great Pines is... What did that used to be called?
Northwoods.
Northwoods. Okay.
Yep.
I've been there. Okay.
So,
because you and Amanda Brown.
Yes.
Yep. All kind of put that together?
That's how I got the job, was through Amanda. But they got new owners and they completely renovated the whole entire property, and it's beautiful. Owners are 31.
Oh, wow.
31 years old. But, worked in the city. She worked for Prada, and he was in like some sort of marketing, but decided to move to the Adirondacks. They wanted to start a business, didn't really know what.
That is a
settled
great
on
place.
this property.
I haven't been there since they fixed it up, but I gotta go check it out.
And the food is unreal. They have the lean-to, which is more the burgers and casual, and then they have the fine dining, and it's an awesome spot. And so, yeah, from working there, we really wanted a small wedding. We only had 32 people there.
Oh, wow.
And it was like a weekend wedding getaway, and I highly recommend it. There's a lot of people who are doing just these huge weddings, and they're so stressed, and like, just go small. You're going to have more fun, and just throw a party after if you want.
I DJ a lot of weddings, and the most fun are the ones that are just like, who cares? Let's have fun.
Who cares?
Because essentially what you're doing is you're getting married, obviously, and then you're throwing a huge party for all your friends.
Yep.
So, I mean, I can't say I'm a man, so I'm not the bride who wants everything to be perfect and princess, whatever.
Yeah.
But, people pay a lot of time. I've been to some great weddings where, just gorgeous.
Yeah.
It really blows your mind when you walk into a place. And those can be fun too, but it depends on the people. If they're in a great mood, tell you what does it is free booze.
Yes. You got to have...
And a good DJ, of course.
Yes. And no, it's true. I was reading an article, like, the only things that really people truly care about is the crowd. Are you there with all your friends, and is it a fun crowd? The music, the food, and the beer. Like, I think
the food is allowed to be so, but you have to feed people right away.
Yeah.
Get them their food quick.
That's the thing.
Because then you got that little lull of, everyone's full. And that's when the bride and groom should do all their dancing. The boring stuff that everyone's just got to look at and can't participate in.
Right.
Which the bridal party always gets fed first.
Yep.
So that's perfect. And then the music, kicks in.
Yep.
Well, once the beer kicks in.
Yes, of course.
But I've seen a lot of weddings where they try to plan every second of it. And with a wedding, that doesn't ever happen. You're lucky if it does, but it never...
And then they just get upset.
Yeah.
And they get stressed.
Get the people fed, get the ceremony done, make everything quick as possible.
Yep.
And then just let people have fun.
Yep.
That's all.
Absolutely. I agree with that. I've been to weddings where it's literally been 5 hours in between the wedding and just like the start of anything. And that's, by that point, you're like ready for bed.
Yeah. So. And then by the time you eat, you're like, all right, let's get out of here.
Yeah.
Because your
so
mood
full
is,
and
Weddings can be a lot of fun.
They can.
It can be really boring too. I usually have to sit there for at least 8-12 hours, being the DJ, because I have to get there early and set up. And and by the time, everything's happening. The ones that I hate the most are when everyone leaves, except for like 10 people. That's the worst, because those are the people that are going to stay until the place shuts it down.
Yeah.
So you're playing music for 10 people who want to hear exactly what they want to hear.
Yep.
Or one person who wants to hear.
Yep.
And
oh boy,
as long as they're having fun, I don't care.
Yeah.
But sometimes they're like, okay, what's next? Well, you can go home.
What was like your rowdiest wedding? Do you have like
Rowdiest?
any rowdy, crazy?
I've had, when I was with the band, we played quite a few weddings too. I've had 2 weddings. And I'm not going to say the name of the guy, but because of the same guy at both weddings,
oh boy,
the wedding ended. They kicked him out.
Oh goodness.
So the wedding got done, and the one was very early on.
Oh.
Tried to fight, and then wanted to leave drunk and fighting people in the parking lot, and they said, "Nope, out of here." twice.
That's not
Same
good.
guy. Yeah.
That's not good.
So those were pretty rowdy.
Yeah.
Not a fun rowdy.
No, that's not fun at all.
But people dancing on the tables and stripping on the tables.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
That's entertaining. The one last weekend, or a couple weekends ago, was fun. Samantha Doofer. I don't know if you know her or not. But that was just, everyone was looking to have a good time.
A good time.
And that's what happened. So I kept the music one song right after another. The classic wedding songs, you know. It was one of the first times that I've had people dance to Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, which is such an awkward one to play because it's 8 minutes long.
Oh, my.
So if nobody dances, I don't cut songs short. You know, it seems unprofessional. I'm a music nerd and I don't do that.
Right.
So it can be 8 minutes of, oh my God.
Uh-oh.
This they dance to. So it was.
That's a
I
good
try not to ever
crowd.
play it because it's a gamble. But yeah, it was a great crowd.
You were feeling it.
Yeah.
You're like, this crowd will dance to it.
I was playing Backstreet Boys and Will Smith.
That's great. That's great.
Somehow 90s R&B really does it at weddings.
Yep.
Don't know what it's all about. But. So how was your wedding? Short and sweet?
Well, it was, we had live music for 4 hours. And then we went down to the lean-to and just played the bartenders were playing on their phones behind the bar to... Oh yeah, we cleared out all the tables and just made our own dance floor in the bar.
Your own fun.
Yep, it was great. It was great. And then we ended up having like a big party at the Maples for all of our friends and family. And again, we just played music off of our my computer, and it was fun.
Yeah.
Just, everyone just wants to come and have a good time and relax, easygoing, play what you want, do
stress,
what you want.
no worrying about things.
Yeah. That's the way to do it, kids.
Yep. Well, now that we got both cats in here, we should probably shut this thing down.
Yeah. They are cute.
Yeah, I'll live with them.
Yeah.
And see what happens. Well, thank you so much for showing up today.
Thank you so much for having me. This was a lot of fun.
We'll have to do this again now that you're not nervous anymore.
No, we're good. This was not as bad as I was thinking it would be.
It never is.
No.
I don't understand. I don't get nervous for them. You shouldn't.
No, you just talk about whatever comes to you.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want. Yeah.
I think we did a nice job covering Lewis County and making it sound great.
Yes. Make Lewis County great again. Did I just say that?
On that note.
On that note.
All right. Well, thanks again.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to Tony and Other People, a podcast. Questions, comments, concerns for Tony's overall well-being? Want to be part of the show? Find us on Facebook or email us at tonyandotherpeople@gmail.com.